Greeting my Hebrew Israelite brothers and sisters. This is L.D. Smith, the watchman on the wall. As always, grab that King James. First and foremost, I want to tell my sisters and brothers how much the Father loves you. Your father and my father. Your dad and my daddy. The God of the Hebrew Israelites. I'm talking about him. I'm going to show you a scripture, and then we're going to go into our lesson tonight, all right? Let us go to the book of Jeremiah. Jeremiah, the 31st verse, and we're going to read verses 35, 36, and 37, all right? Jeremiah 31, I did say that, okay? Let's start with verse 35. It says, Thus saith the Lord, which giveth the sun for a light by day, and the ordinance of the moon and of the stars for a light by night, which divideth the sea when the waves thereof roar. The Lord of hosts is his name. If those ordinances depart from before me. Look what he says. Israel, are you seeing what I'm seeing? He said, if those ordinances depart from before me, saith the Lord, then the seed of Israel also shall cease from being a nation before me forever. God is literally saying that he is willing to give up everything that he created before the seed of Israel will cease from being a nation. They've been trying to kill us for the longest, and they can't. But my brothers and sisters, I want you to see really how much your Father loves you. He is willing to give up everything that he created in order that he may keep you and I. Isn't that wonderful to know? Now, that being said, going forward, we're going to talk about God's people and Jesus' people, all right? Or either Yeshua, whatever you want to call him, all right? All right, now, let's go to the book of 2 Chronicles. 2 Chronicles 7:14, very familiar passage. Look what it says there. It says, if my people, which are called by my name, shall humble themselves. Note what God said, my. He makes this thing personal. He putting himself out there first. Me, my, I. He says, if my people, which are called by my name, God has given his people a name, all right? And the name that he gave them was Israel. Call them Israelites, all right? He says, shall humble themselves and pray and seek my face. Now, note that God said that seek my face. Now, apparently they would have to have known how his face looked. And for him to make that comment, they had to be looking at somebody else. Israel, are you seeing what I'm saying? For him to make that statement, I want y'all to seek my face, they must know what he looks like. And not only that, they have to be looking at somebody else. Now, look what he says here. He says, and turn from their wicked ways, then I will hear from heaven and will forgive their sins and will heal their land. Now, let us go to Acts. I'm going to show you something because we're going to bounce around, and I'm going to show you something here. We're going to talk about, let's look at Acts, the 11th chapter, verses 26. 11 and 26. Look what it says. He says, and when he had found him, talking about Barnabas and Paul, he said, he brought him unto Antioch. And it came to pass that a whole year they assembled themselves with the church and taught much people. And the disciples, note what he says, and the disciples were called Christians first at Antioch. Now know what, they was called disciples. Now they're called Christians. You know why they call them that? Because they was mocking them. In other words, if you look at Corinthians, they always add the IANS, Philippians, Ephesians. See, those people in those areas over there, they was signifying that they was in Ephesians, they were from Corinth, they was from Philippi, all those areas over there. So they was mocking these disciples because they came there with that Christ shit. And they called them Christians, mocking them the same way they did us when they brought us over here. They wouldn't call us Hebrew Israelites. They call us nigger. That nigger, or those niggers. My sisters and brothers, it's right here in the pages. Now, let's move a little further here. Let us go to the book of Jeremiah again. Let's go to Jeremiah real quick. I want to show you guys something here. Jeremiah, I did say 31. Let's go to Jeremiah 31. Jeremiah 31 real quick. Watch this right here now. Show you how much your daddy loves you. Jeremiah 31. Let's start with verse 1, 2, and 3. All right, look what it says. He says, at the same time, saith the Lord, I will be the God of all the families of Israel. Not the whole world. He said, and they shall be my people. Not the whole world. He said, thus saith the Lord, the people which were left of the sword found grace in the wilderness, even Israel, when I went to cause him to rest. Look what he says in verse 3. He said, the Lord has appeared of old unto me, saying, yea, I have loved thee with an everlasting love. Therefore, with loving kindness have I drawn thee. See that? He said, with an everlasting love. In other words, I can't stop loving you. Yeah, God saying he can't stop loving Israel. As a matter of fact, he will never stop loving Israel. So we don't need Jesus. All right, now, moving forward, let's go a little further here. Let's go to Isaiah the 6th chapter. I'm going to show you something here. We don't need Jesus, and Jesus, he is nothing to us. Nothing at all. Isaiah 6. Let us go there real quick. Isaiah the 6th chapter. Let's look at verses 4 here. Look what he says here. Isaiah 6 verses 5. Verses 5. We'll get there. Look what he says. He said, then said I, Isaiah, woe is me, for I am undone, because I'm a man of unclean lips, and I dwell in the midst of a people of unclean lips. For mine eyes have seen the King, the Lord of hosts. Not Jesus. Now, let's don't get it twisted. He said the Lord of hosts, not Jesus. He is our King, all right? Now, I'm going to prove that. Let's go to Revelation 19. See, because the Christians, they got it all twisted. They got it all twisted. They don't know what they're going to come in. Revelations 19. Let's look at verse 16, 19 to 16. Look what Jesus says here. He says, and he hath on his vesture and on his thigh a name written. Now we know that y'all said that we can't have no drawings on our bodies. But here, this fucker here, he has drawings on his body. But anyway, a name written, King of Kings and Lord of Lords. So in other words, that put him above God. Because God said he's Israel king, and then David is under him. All right? Now, that being said, let me prove that. All right? Let's go to Isaiah 33. Let's go to Isaiah 33. Now, I'm going to prove to you, because I got critics out there that come behind me and scrutinize, but they can't argue with what the word says. Jeremiah 33 verse 22. Look what it says there. It says, for the Lord is our judge. We only have one. The Lord is our lawgiver. He gave us the Lord, nobody else. Look what it says here. The Lord is what? Our King. Not Jesus, but Yah is our King, He will save us, not Jesus. Got it? You Christians need to wake up. Read. Invest in a dictionary. He says he is our King. Now, Jesus can be king of the Christians all he wants to. But one thing is certain. You can't be Hebrew and Christian too. You're either Hebrew or you're not. How long will you be held between two opinions? Either you're going to follow God, God will be God, or either you're going to follow Jesus. Make your mind up. Now, that being said, got another one for you here. Let us look at Psalms 89. Let's go to Psalms 89 real quick. Psalms 89. Let's look at verses 6 and 7. Look what it says there. In Psalms 89, 6 and 7, it says, for who in heaven can be compared unto the Lord? Who among the sons of the mighty can be likened unto the Lord. Now, Jesus said he's the Son of God. But he says over there in Philippians, the second chapter, I believe, around about the 5th verse, he said he thinking not robbery to be equal with God. I mean, my brothers and sisters, can't you see everything that he says? It goes against what God says. It goes against what y'all says. He is Lucifer, a.k.a. all day long. It is written all through the pages. I mean, my sisters and brothers, why can't you see it? If you can't see what I'm saying, you guys need to go downtown and sign up for your disability because you're blind. I am serious. I mean, everything God said, he comes against it. Now, to prove that, now y'all know he said he's King of Kings, Lord of Lords, right? Okay, now let's finish verse 7. It says, God is greatly to be feared in the assembly of the saints, and to be heard in reverence of all them that are about him. Now, y'all know over in Revelation, the 5th chapter, where he says that he took the scroll out of y'all's hand. Took it. Now, you know when you take something from someone, it's by force. You can't take anything from anybody. They will lock your ass up right now. My sisters and brothers, look it up in the dictionary. When you take something from someone, it is by force. So in other words, God don't have no power. He's sitting on his throne and Jesus just come there and snatch the scroll out of his hand, right?
Wake up.
Bullshit. That'll never happen.
Warn them from me.
Now, let's go a little further here. Let's go to Isaiah. I did say 33. Then let's go back there. Isaiah 33:22. Let's go to Isaiah 33:22. Isaiah 33:22. Let's go there real quick. Isaiah 33:22. Look what it says here. He says, for the Lord is our judge. The Lord is our lawgiver. The Lord is our king. He will save us. Now, to back it up, let's go back to Psalms 89. Psalms 89, let's go there. Psalms 89. Let's look at verse 17, 18. Look at this, my sister and brother. Look what he says here. He said, for thou, verse 17, he says, for thou art the glory of thy strength, and in thy favor our horns shall be exalted. For the Lord is our defense. The Holy One of Israel is our King. I mean, how can Jesus be our King? My sisters and brothers, I mean, I don't know what else, the wording is right here before us. The scriptures are right here before us. Why can't we understand what the scriptures are saying? Either you're Hebrew or you're not. Like I said in other writings, other tapes, that he said the secret things belong to Yah. But those things that are revealed belong to the children. And if you can't understand what I'm saying, then perhaps you're not Hebrew. I mean, people can claim to be anything they want to be. But baby, if you are not from the bloodline of Jacob, and you can have dark skin, that don't mean that you're Hebrew. It sure doesn't. If you go back and read the account in Genesis, when Jacob died, Joseph was in Egypt. Joseph asked the Pharaoh to go and bury his father because his father had made him a promise to bury him. And he carried the Egyptians down there where they buried him. And the people of that coast saw all those black people down there and they called them all Egyptian. But there was Joseph and his brothers and his family. So just because you got dark skin does not mean that you're a Hebrew. And it may sound sad, but I'm telling you, and I'm going to do a video on that, and prove and show people that just because you have color in your skin does not mean that you're a Hebrew Israelite. My brothers and sisters, until next time, shalom.
Lied to, thinking Jesus came for you. Hardly died on a cross just to save you. And you've been made a fool, thinking you can speak it, confessing with your mouth Jesus Christ and believe it. Well now, you been made a fool. What a fool, what a fool, what a fool. The Most High, he only rules in every nation, every heathen soon to see it. The Most High God is Israel's Redeemer, and Only a fool would put another God before him. First commandment, put no other God before me. Calling on Jesus Christ, Christ insanity. Believing on another God, pure insanity. You've been lied to, Jesus can't save you. You've been lied to, Jesus can't save you. You've been lied to, Jesus can't save you. You've been lied to, Jesus can't save you.